Good?
Yeah, it's always
Yep.
good.
Okay, it's good. All right. I just want to make sure, man. I don't want to sit here and waste my time if it's not going to do anything.
Minute of nothing going on in the stream.
No, it's fine. All right. So, welcome everybody to Techtopia TV's Week in Technology, episode 36.
Sounds about right.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Make sure this is muted so that way it doesn't go crazy on me.
Yeah,
And
mine's
then I
muted.
will poop out the chat.
Yep.
Chat has been pooped. Chat is ready for me to look at loads of people talking. All right, so in today's episode, we are going to talk about in gaming news. We're going to talk about the escape from Tarkov, crazy customization of the weapons, Lawbreakers, which I've never really heard of until I looked at this article. Apparently, it's done by the guys that did Halo, I think. I think it was, maybe not. Whoever did it made a really popular game in the past. Let's just say that. The
Okay.
Lawbreakers will no longer be free to play.
I didn't read that article, but maybe.
GeForce Now, the Netflix of gaming. Hardware news: we have nVidia announces the 24 gigabyte Quadro M6000, which completely just like out there in left field. So I mean, it's not like this is anything realistically that you could really buy. I mean, you can,
Yeah, you
but
can.
if you're rich. So I just put it in there because I thought it was, semi interesting, and there really wasn't very much hardware news other than supposed naming of the next NVIDIA cards, which is all rumor and speculation. But anyway, so Intel's Skull Canyon NUC, that thing is a beast, but also expensive. Tech news: I have the Android Flaw used to gain root access to devices. So basically, there's an application where you can root your device, and it has some major issues with security.
Hmm.
AMOLED displays are now cheaper to make than LCDs in mobile devices. And the last one I'll wait for until the end of the show. Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So go ahead and start with the first one, I guess. And let me see.
PC gamer.
Yeah, I just want to make
Yes.
sure I grab the right scene. All right. So Tarkov is claiming to be a realistic combat shooter as well as a first-person action RPG with MMO features. So it's like mixing basically every genre. It will have a dynamic in-game economy, Elder Scrolls style skill system where your character gets better through repetition, real-life ballistics and bullet hit physics. Will have competitive and cooperative gameplay modes. It will feature many variants of the M4, AR, and AK, and will have 200 guns in total. The most impressive part is the gun customization. You can add just about anything to any gun, going as far as to add a 90-round drum magazine to a Makarov pistol, which I thought was hilarious as shit.
Indeed.
There's actually a picture of it there. Yeah, there it is.
Hmm.
And the game is due out in 2016, so I guess we'll see what happens in the coming months. But I don't know if you've watched any videos of this,
No, I
but I
didn't watch the
know
video.
Logan and what is her name, Pistol Steph or some shit like that on Tech Syndicate. They were where I heard about it the first time, and I got the link and posted on Facebook and shared it to you and Kenny.
Uh huh.
That's where I heard about it the first time because they were basically they do like a show called the WASDA show where they talk about gaming only basically, and they're very. I'm trying to think of the best word to say. I don't really want to say hipsters, but they're not really hipsters, but they're weird. Like they're not hipsters in the sense of what you'd think of a hipster. They're very stuck on like retro gaming, if that makes any sense. Like they like obscure games. They don't really like AAA games. They don't really care for all that kind of crap. They prefer games that nobody's ever heard of. So that's why I call it kind of hipster, but not hipster, if that makes any sense. So basically they found this game, and the girl Steph was talking about it or whatever, and going through some of the information about it, and that's where I had first heard about it. But it looks good. I can't remember if it's running off of CryEngine or no Unity. It's made in Unity by Battle State Games, 40-person Russian studio that describes it both as a realistic combat simulator, first-person action. So, yeah, it looks like it would be pretty awesome. I'm kind of excited to see how it does and how it plays. But I know the videos that I have seen, it definitely looks like they're easily hitting 60 FPS. I don't know at what resolution, but it looks good and it's really smooth. So
That's good. I mean, the screenshots look pretty decent, so that's definitely important for an FPS game. But I mean, gun customizing is always fun.
yeah.
So it'd be nice. You can collect different stuff, different loot, and add it to your gun. So kind of like the Division or whatever, how it has the different types of attachments and stuff.
Scopes and grips and
yeah. So that's pretty cool. I assume you'll probably be able to like customize the barrel and stuff like that as well. So since there's just so many of them, but I didn't watch the video, so I don't know if they went into the depth of that. But no, that sounds cool. I mean, it's kind of what you need with a first-person shooter RPG MMO game. So it's just like because you can't like have a million different guns. You just have attachments that affect the gun in different ways. So I think that's definitely the best way to do that for this type of game. So we'll see how it is though.
Did you read the article of this?
Yeah.
The whole way through?
For the most part, yeah.
Did you see that part where it says the developer guy that they were sitting with does something bizarre? He rips the dust cover off of an AK-74, the top spine of the rifle that projects its moving parts from debris. With the cover still off, he exits back into the factory scene we're in and fires away. The weapon works fine, but its guts are exposed, and you can see its internal piston kicking and bobbing as he spams the trigger.
I didn't see that part. What is that?
So the cosmetic change right under where it says Tarkov will include the whole lineup of AKM in red, like the quoted red words.
Oh, I think I skipped that part.
Pretty far down. It's like it's like right above the 90-round drum mag. And he says, then he does something even weirder. He digs deeper into the inventory and finds a 90-round drum magazine, which he loads into a Makarov pistol.
It's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, that's freaking hilarious. Yeah, there he is holding it.
So that's
awesome.
You can customize parts like that, like ripping off a dust cover. That's weird.
Yeah,
be interesting to see.
I don't know why you would want to do that, but it'd be kind of cool if like you were shooting it and like the guns took damage over time and wore out, and then the dust cover just like busts off and shit gets in it, and then the gun seizes up or something, and you got to get a new one or fix it. That'd be kind of interesting, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it goes. And from what I understand, they're planning on getting it running with because I don't know if Unity you can work on. Is that only DirectX or is that?
I have no idea. I don't know what Unity or games have been on Unity. Games on Unity.
I swear I read something that they were talking about trying to get it on running on Vulkan, but I don't know.
City Skyline. What? That doesn't make sense. List of Unity games. All right, let's do from 2013. 7 Days to Die. Cities in Motion. Do 6 The Fall.
See, with that list of games, it almost sounds
Rust.
like it's gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna look like H1Z1 kind of shit, but
yeah,
it looks pretty decent though in the screens. But
definitely. I mean,
I'm
it's all
okay with
about
it.
the adding the textures, and
Yeah,
stuff that you
I'm
need.
okay
But
with it even looking like even if like something like DayZ style of stuff with just like Half-Life 2's aged graphics would be awesome. I just want it to run good. I don't fucking care. Like, I mean, we're gonna get into this fucking battle again. I just want it to run good, have all the stuff that you want it to have, and run good. I don't. If you're gonna add a bunch of stuff to make it look really epic and it's gonna make the FPS 30 FPS or worse in cities, then I don't want it. It's pointless. It's hard to play. It's impossible. You're like, it's basically like lagging out the game, and it's horrible.
yeah, yeah, it's like the Division. It runs pretty well, but it's all cityscapes. So I'm sure if it was like a forest scene or something like that, it'd probably run like 30 FPS.
Oh yeah,
So
easy. All right,
just
on
looking
to the
at the
next.
trees and stuff, just the details of the branches and stuff, they'll definitely take a hit if it's that detailed. But we'll see. Maybe they have it running well.
All right, so Lawbreakers will no longer be free to play. The developer mentions that free to play model didn't make sense with the path they wanted to go with on the game. They said that the free to play aspect made them think more about how to make money rather than how to make a great game. The game will also be exclusive to Steam and won't require a third party launcher anymore. They mentioned that skins or cosmetic options will be available. And the game is set for summer 2016 currently. And while a price wasn't mentioned, the company states that maybe there's a good price somewhere between free to play and $60.
It's a good range.
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember.
I've never even heard of this game, so I'm not sure what it is.
I'm trying to remember what game they made.
Let's see.
I mean, I got this article like at the beginning of last week or right after our last show, so it's like I forgot everything about it. Like I wrote the notes on it, and then that was it. Like I can't even remember what the type of gameplay it is. I'm thinking it's like Halo based kind of thing.
Yeah, like a futuristic thing. So just I think they mentioned.
Let's see on
Oh, never
Steam.
mind.
I'm
They
looking at it on
mentioned
Steam right now.
CS:GO and Overwatch. So I just kind of see it like an Overwatch type game, just looking at this initial picture. So, but
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like
like a
it's like yeah,
team-based.
Overwatch, TF2. Oh, here it
Yeah,
is. Beat gravity into submission in Lawbreakers, an exhilarating role-based first-person shooter where the laws of physics can be shattered, creating unprecedented gravity-based combat in an ever-evolving bloody arena.
we'll
Let's
see.
see. Down here, it still says requires third-party account, boss key account, supports linking to Steam account.
Yeah, they said they'll change it though. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree that the free to play doesn't work very well at all, especially in like a first person shooter. Um, I mean, I guess they get away with it in MMOs. I mean, MOBAs, but I don't know. It's yeah. I mean, you get stuck into the just thinking about how am I going to make money off the game rather than how you just gonna just focus on creating
Right.
a good user experience and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
have no
that. So
problem with paying for a game. I have no problem with it, as long as it's good and you don't try to screw me over.
yeah,
I
like
mean, certain free-to-play games are cool because you
Primal
can just grab it and
Carnage.
play it really fast or whatever. Like that free-to-play, like they got that one free-to-play fishing game. Just like download it just to test it out and just goof off with it, kind of thing. And like certain free-to-play games that I download and let Cameron play and all that kind of stuff. Like those are fine. I don't have a problem with those, but it's just like all those other ones that turn it into like this huge money grab thing where they try to like just sell everything else on the side and like little microtransactions and all that kind of bullcrap.
Yeah. So what was it? Path of Exile kind of has like microtransactions like that, But I mean, overall, the game
Yeah,
was
we
pretty
played.
decent.
Yeah, we played through the entire game without even knowing that, though. I didn't know that there was microtransactions.
Yeah.
I just played the game, had fun, beat it, and was like, okay, I'm done.
It's nothing like too game breaking. I guess you can like buy materials, buy like stash space and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you're heavy into the game, that might be game breaking because then you just
I
buy
just can't
stuff
get
and
heavy
craft
into
stuff.
a game
but-
like that. I don't know. Like that's why I didn't get heavy into Diablo. I like beat it, and then I beat it on the harder level, and then I beat it on the next harder level, and I was like, okay, this is just basic. I like playing games for a story, or if it's multiplayer and we're having fun and goofing off and being stupid, like Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
or something like that, then it's fine. Or like The Division, I don't have a problem with it. I could probably sit there and play that, all the time, even after we beat the main story, because you have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas Diablo is just like, it just got so freaking repetitive. I was like, okay, I already beat it, and there's nothing worth looking forward to anymore. No lore, there's nothing left. I'm not going to.
The Division is kind of. I mean, it's all just about the grind and.
Well,
getting
yeah, no,
gear
but
and
we have
stuff at the
fun
end
doing
game.
it. We didn't really have much fun goofing
Well,
off
I mean,
in
right
Diablo.
now in the Division, we're still playing through the story, so.
But I think we're still gonna have fun with it though, like just
think so.
because we just interact and do stupid shit in the middle of it, so it takes away that monotony.
Yeah, and there's like different aspects of that game. I think it'd be fun. I mean, it fits
Yeah.
along what we want to do, just first-person shooters and shooting people. Well,
Right.
not first person, but shooters in general.
I don't know. Diablo just got like super freaking repetitive, and
Yeah.
like a game like that in that type of setting. The first playthrough is so epic because I enjoy hearing the story, and I enjoy the lore of it, and I enjoy the setting of it, and all that stuff. Kind of like Skyrim. The first time I played it through, I was like, man, this is so awesome. The next time I played it through, I was just having fun doing different things in a different sort of path. But it was still the same freaking lore, so I didn't care about the main quest. I was doing more side
It's like
quests the second time.
yeah. What was it? Like I think the second time I played through it, third time I was like, oh, I'm gonna do magic this time.
Magic only. I did that too, and then I just ended up using
Magic
the bow again.
and the bow, and then I just ended up using the bow for everything.
Mhm.
Because the bow play is just so much fun in that game.
Dude, the magic is horrible in that game. I mean, it's powerful if you know what you're doing, but it
Yeah,
just seems like
it's-
so much work. Like at the
It's always
beginning,
it's always to assist. It's not like I don't think it's like
I wanted to like do mad damage. Like I just wanted to like, and just see a guy just die instantly.
yeah. I don't think it's like that. It's from what it seemed like playing with it. It's like an assist.
yeah.
Use it and then you go in with the death blow with a sword or something or arrow or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see how this game turns out. Lawbreakers.
Yeah. I'm interested in playing Overwatch though.
Yeah.
This is kind of the same thing. It looks like it'd be fun, but man, I don't know if I could pay $60 for a game like that though.
If you get a lot of hours out of it.
Yeah, if you get a lot of hours out of it, sure, but I'd just go
Most,
play TF2 for free. Like almost the same damn thing.
Yeah, I really like TF2. I put a lot of hours in TF2.
Yeah.
I swear, like when I first started playing, like when I got back into the computers on 2007, I think. Like I played a ton of TF2, but I swear Steam didn't start counting hours until like well after, because it says I only have like 200 hours in what's it called? But I think I haven't logged into the game in forever. But it used to have like a screen where it tells you like the amount of time you played of certain characters. I swear I had like 600 or 700 hours in that game. Most of it was Spy. It's probably like 350 hours in Spy. Just back.
That game makes me freaking rage. It doesn't matter. I tried to play it with Cameron, just like
So
goofing around,
much
not
fun.
giving a shit, dude. I rage every time because none of it makes fucking sense. None of it makes sense.
What
like,
doesn't make sense about
The
it?
guy's standing still, not doing anything, not moving anywhere, and I shoot him in the face with a sniper rifle, and it doesn't kill him. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
But then the same exact thing, I do charge it. I know how all that shit works. I'm not retarded.
well, then they might not
Fully charged,
or
shot, didn't do
I
anything.
think it'll pretty much kill. Well, I don't know anymore, but this is before
Most of
all,
the
like,
time it was
weapons
killing
and
people
stuff came
fine,
out,
but sometimes it didn't. And then like
Like,
people like
heavies
one
take
shot me with a
shots.
freaking rocket, and I have to hit people 3 times with a rocket. It makes no sense. So
yeah,
I
just the
gave up.
random crits. I don't know. I stopped playing probably
Yeah, random crits are the dumbest fucking thing ever
2000.
added to a game.
like 8, 2009. So I haven't played the game in forever. So I know they've added, like it was before they added the hats and everything. I stopped playing. So I mean, they just started coming
They
out
have
with
cases
weapons
now.
and stuff. Yeah.
They have weapon cases like freaking Counter-Strike now.
Is it just skins or is it like weapons?
No, I'm pretty sure it's like weapons and skins and shit, like in pickups and power-ups and all sorts of other weird junk.
That just
It was pretty ridiculous though. I was watching somebody open
Valve
cases and I was like, "What?"
Pretty balanced with the different types of weapons and stuff, but it's when you have to unlock weapons, it's just I don't like those type of games. So it makes it harder for new people getting into it. But I guess it's the same like CS:GO, when they have an op Asimov, they're definitely going to headshot you a lot easier than with the normal op. And knives definitely make you go up like 3 or 4 ranks, 100%.
Well, I bought one. Well,
indeed.
Bought one because I sold something else, but yeah.
Indeed. Get a lucky drop.
I was watching somebody completely off topic. It's on topic with what we're talking about now, but off topic with the articles. But
always off topic. So.
But yeah, I was watching a guy do a he did 10 dragon lore. What do they call those things?
Trade ups.
Trade ups. He did 10 dragon lore trade ups, so he had 10 knights. And he put one knight in each one. Each one. He got 1 dragon lore out of all of it.
Well, at least
there's a factory new dragon lore, but
yeah, I mean,
still, I'm like, what?
That's definitely not worth it money wise, because with all the duping that was going on, the dragon lore so definitely dropped in price. But they used to be $2,000, but now it's like $1,000-$1,200. But yeah, I mean, because you could trade up 10 knights and guaranteed dragon lore, but so if you didn't get one, that would have been rough.
Yeah.
So, but
that's what people were asking him. They're like, "Why the hell don't you just put them all 10 of them in there, whatever, and guarantee a dragon lore?" And they're like, "Well, why would he do that whenever he can possibly get 2?"
Yeah, exactly.
Or 3. But man, some of the things that he got were so shit. Like he got like
$4 gun,
the AK-47 Wasteland Rebel or whatever it is. Another one that he got was like the Aquamarine, which I love the Aquamarine Revenge or whatever, but it definitely doesn't equate out to a freaking
putting in a
night,
$200 night in there, $300 night.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that stung. But all right, let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, that's the thing with streamers though. They got the money.
Yeah. So NVIDIA pursues Netflix of gaming strategy with GeForce Now. Like, I've never heard of this, but apparently it's been around for a little while now.
Yeah, I remember I was watching.
I know the whole streaming your content from your computer to your little NVIDIA Shield set-top box or another computer like I did, but this is completely different.
Yeah, no. I was watching, when I first heard about that, I was watching one of those talk shows. I can't even remember which one it was. One you linked to me. I don't watch them a lot, so it's like, what's that dude's name? Barnacles?
Jay and Barnacles. I think they were talking about OnLive or whatever it was, though.
Yeah, which I guess...
Which died.
And it died.
Sony bought them up.
Yeah, but I guess it's, that where they just have like a processing center and they render all the data and they just send it to you. And I don't see how. I mean, I notice you turn on like VSync and stuff, and mainly VSync and like first person. Well, I guess that's first person shooter games, but some games like you could notice the input lag, and a game like that, like
you gotta remember,
I don't know the input lag, so I wouldn't be able to do a service.
These are people that are used to playing like on their TV already, so.
But still, I mean, that's gotta be,
I don't think it'd be as bad as you think,
input lag. Oh, it'd be so.
I think it would be just like you playing a Wii, or just like you playing an Xbox on somebody's computer or their TV.
Oh man, you hit a button and a tenth of a second later it does what you want. I'd be.
I don't think it's that bad though.
Dude, where are the servers?
I don't know.
Unless it's like
If it was that bad where you
next
could hit a
door.
button and literally wait a second and then see your character jump,
Well, not a second, but it's just a
tenth
little
of a
bit.
second isn't that noticeable, in my opinion. If that's the case, then you have never been able to play any game in your life because everything that you've ever played has an input lag of at least a tenth of a second. Your monitor is okay. So GeForce Now is a
That
game
has,
streaming service that allows you to connect to a server and play a game, just like we said, over your internet connection on the NVIDIA Shield set-top box in your living room. It might work with another PC or something, I don't know. But it says you can stream PC or console-like games over this service. It has more than 100 games available for a monthly subscription. The general manager of GeForce Now claims that they are still on the path for becoming the Netflix of gaming. They claim that half of its users are millennials that want things now and gamer parents that want to simply play games with their children. They're planning to update from the old Kepler GPUs that they're using now to the current gen Maxwell GPUs later this year. This will allow them to go from performance levels that currently equal 1.5 times the power of an Xbox One to 3 times the performance of an Xbox One, eventually upgrading to Pascal GPUs next year, essentially doubling the performance once again. NVIDIA released a new program last week that makes it easy for developers to publish their games. They will sell their games either by putting it onto the store or adding it to the monthly subscription list, which they will be paid by a monthly play hours. Their goal is to set games or get games working within 30 seconds of somebody selecting, I guess, the game that they want to play. Right now, it can take a few minutes before it actually fully loads.
Yeah, still, it's not too bad. I mean, a service like this is definitely interesting. I mean,
I said, I could see you using it for like maybe Batman or something like that. Because input lag isn't a big deal then. You're already getting loads of input
it's like
lag
a
from
fighting
using an
game,
Xbox
though.
controller. But it's not.
Yeah, I mean, well, you like
it is
fighting.
nowhere near like a fighting game.
Well, not
a
like
fighting game is
like
as
a
precise
Tekken
as
or whatever.
CS:GO versus Call of
but
Duty.
it's like you're fighting, so you're reacting with what's on the screen, and everything's just a hair late.
And 99.9% of people play with an Xbox controller on that game, so it's going to have input lag greater than a mouse and keyboard anyway.
Well, I mean that's milliseconds compared to tenths of a second.
I don't think it's tenths of a second like you think it is, though.
I mean,
if you have a good internet connection, dude, it's going to be pretty
what's your
freaking
ping
fast.
to the CS:GO server? Like
Think of Google.
CS:GO server.
Think of typing into Google. It'll probably be that fast. NVIDIA has the coin to have a server as fast as Google. So if it's that fast to produce stuff and send you back information, why can't it be that fast with inputting data that you hit the X button?
Oh, 48 seconds. So half a second it took Google. So that's a half-second input lag. That's what I mean. It's not a lot, but for me, it'd be super annoying because, like, I notice.
I don't think you would notice it.
I notice a little bit on it's like FPSs and stuff, but that just drive me crazy. I'd have to play with it and see. I'm sure certain times of games, like, it wouldn't matter too much, but.
I mean, obviously, this isn't for hardcore fucking gaming.
Well, I mean, I'm just looking at wait, where'd it go?
I personally wouldn't use this for hardcore gaming. I would use this as I have an NVIDIA Shield set-top box in my living room, and my son wants to play some cheesy little bowling game that's on there.
Yeah,
or
well, I'm
my
just
son wants to play a little card game that's on there.
The graphic that's on there. I mean, it has Tomb Raider. Imagine playing Tomb Raider with just like
I could do it.
A tenth of a second input lag. Like it'd be annoying. Or was that Resident Evil Redemption or something?
Where are you seeing this at? Oh, you're looking at the there.
Yeah, just those types of. I mean, they're like FPS games, and it's like I don't know. I'd have to play the service to see, but I mean, even like the CS:GO service is a little bit of lag, but I mean that would be input lag.
I just don't see a company like NVIDIA that would release a service that fucking sucks.
Well, I mean, there's no way around it. There's no way around it.
Then they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Why would you boast and brag about a service that freaking sucks?
well, I mean, people might want it. I mean, I could see the appeal of a service like this. I mean, it'd be great if you could just, not have to keep upgrading your computer. They upgrade it for you and stuff like that. You just click and start playing a game. But I mean, there's no way around getting rid of that lag. So that would drive me up the wall. I really would. I would like to play with it and see how it is, but of course, it's not a option with us because we're not big YouTubers where we can go visit NVIDIA or go to Computex or anything like that. But well, I don't know. I definitely would like to see it, but I mean, I'd like to have a service where you could do something like that, the ultimate console kind of thing, but we'll see. I mean, I always like the idea of like a game rental service, like where you could go access games whenever you want it and play them. Like if you could say if you could spend $30 a month, and you have access to Steam's full library, right? You can play any game you wanted. And it's just $30 a month. Something like that would be awesome. And I'd probably sign up for it, but I don't know.
I'm not seeing anything about it.
Yeah. It's just that remote.
Whatever. I wouldn't use it anyway, so I don't care.
Yeah. That remote gaming, just that input lag, it'd be hard for me to get over that. I mean,
the way I see it is I don't see it being a problem with anything other than FPS.
I think everything though. I mean, just imagine you sitting there walking.
But oh my god,
you're playing like old school Zelda.
Half a
right?
second to a little less than a half a second is not that long. Like you wouldn't, if you noticed it, I guarantee you'd get over it within 10 minutes.
I don't know if I could.
Guarantee you'd get over it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
If you didn't get over it in 10 minutes, then you're too close-minded and you're too focused on that and not enjoying the game.
It ruined the experience for me. But I'm trying to think of a game now that I'd play that.
I guarantee you have more input lag than that now already.
No,
you don't think so? You have literally zero input lag on everything that you play right now.
Pretty much, yeah.
I highly doubt it.
And why wouldn't I?
So you're saying that you have zero input lag on any game. You can load up any game in your library right now, and there's absolutely 0 milliseconds input lag. It's just everything that you do is instant.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, why wouldn't it?
Just random shit going on. The response time of your monitor is going to cause things to have different input lag and everything else. Your monitor is not 0 milliseconds response time.
Yeah, no.
No monitor is. So I just think that
like
if you're getting so angry and if that's affecting you that much, then you're not focusing enough on the game. You're focusing too much on the input lag.
Well, if it's annoying, then have you ever
did you notice that when you were
conversation? All right, have you ever had a
Yes, I've had phone conversations.
But there's a delay. It's super annoying.
I don't notice the delay, though, because the person on the other line shuts their fucking mouth until I'm done talking before they say something to me. So there's always a delay.
But what if they pause for a second and then start talking? It's like, and then
Then how do you know if that's input lag or them just pausing a little bit longer? They could have just paused a little bit longer and you thought they were done and you just started talking again. How do you know that that's input lag? You wouldn't know. That's a bad comparison.
Never had a phone conversation with like someone overseas. Well, that's drastic because that's usually like
that's
half a second to a second. But I mean, you're playing a game and you're like moving and then you stop, and it stops half a second later, a quarter second later. I mean, it's just everything you do will be lagged and it'll be annoying.
Half a second is like faster than blinking, though. I mean, that's not that long.
It would be super annoying.
Okay.
Dude, trust
Wouldn't
me,
bother me a bit.
you would notice it.
I would notice it, but I could get past it in 5 minutes and just enjoy the damn game.
No.
Okay. All right, on to the
Especially
hardware
on
news.
Tomb Raider, definitely not.
I played it with a controller, so I had horrible input lag anyway. So NVIDIA announces a 24 gigabyte Quadro M6000. It's basically the same M6000 as last year. They just doubled the VRAM. So 24 gigabytes of VRAM instead of 12.
Yeah, they changed from 4 gigabyte chips to 8 gigabyte chips. So
Yep.
for your super rendering needs, when you're doing the mad avatar style renderings or something,
You would need
it's
a
the card
lot of
for you.
these for that.
Exactly.
I guess the software developer of Sony Picture Imageworks, I guess they use these cards or whatever to do the Angry Birds movie.
Yeah, I mean, any type of animated thing, you definitely have to, use this because.
So for the moment,
Or
they
if you
can
use
brag that they have the highest capacity professional graphics card because they surpassed the 16 gigabytes of the Fire Pro W9100. But with HBM and all that stuff on AMD's side, they could easily go to 32. Problem is tell NVIDIA to suck a
No, I
fat
don't
one.
know. I think that was like the problem with the HB one or the high memory bandwidth or bus or whatever it's called. Because like the R9 was it the Fury and all that crap. Like they only come in 4 gigabytes. They don't come in like larger than that because it's like
Well, yeah,
that first generation is like stuck to that.
that's why they just use HBM2 and then they could do it.
Yeah, I know, but that's like a new generation card. Well, this is already out, yo. NVIDIA. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're just saying
Top
that
of the
AMD
line.
could easily
Yeah, you
outdo
just
them in the future.
more RAM. So, but yeah,
So
launch price $5,000.
I'm gonna buy 6 or 3 of them and do Tri-SLI.
And you can run.
And I probably,
I don't
24 gigabytes probably won't even be enough to do the next Far Cry because they're horrible with their textures and they're sloppy and lazy because people keep adding more VRAM to GPUs.
Though I hope. Well, I don't know if Far
Like,
Cry.
damn, we have 8 gigabytes to work with? Well, fuck it. I'm not going to worry about compressing everything and making it look better with
Oh,
smaller.
Far Cry might use like the new whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called. The Division engine. That one seems pretty well optimized. So I hope they start using that rather than the Far Cry engine. Because the Far Cry engine's old. Like it's the same engine as like Far Cry 2, which is like with tweaks. I mean, I think it's Far Cry 2. I can't remember, but it's an old engine. That's why it performs so bad. I mean, the multi-threading's god awful in it.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Keep
why
on
it's
making millions and not working hard to get it.
pretty much just like Far Cry Primal. Like people were like dogging about it, how it's like the same map and stuff like that as Far Cry 4. But,
That is pretty bad, though. I mean,
Yeah.
That's why I highly doubt that I'll even buy it.
I'll buy it when it goes cheap.
Oh yeah, I'll buy it whenever it's like $5,
Yeah, and when it's cheap.
but I won't
pick
pay
it
any
up.
more than that.
Yeah, but I mean, even like Far Cry 4. Far Cry 3 was good. Far Cry 4, I never got. I don't know. I only played it a little bit, but it never captured me like Far Cry 3 did. And then Far Cry 2. I thought Far Cry 2 was great. People hated Far Cry 2. But I really enjoyed Far Cry 2. I thought the story was great on that game.
I liked Far Cry 3 better though.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 was really good. But I just like the
Far Cry 4 was lazy, in my opinion. It was fun and awesome, but the pagan men, that is
Yeah.
pagan.
I haven't
It's just like
gotten-
a very loose and open character. Like they didn't make him nearly as bad as he.
They
could
tried to
have.
make him like what was his name? Oh man, in Far Cry 2 or 3. Oh man, the guy on the box.
Main bad guy.
Yeah, the guy in the box. They try to make like him like eccentric and like crazy.
They weren't even close.
Yeah, I
They
know.
made him
That
less
character
crazy and
was
less eccentric.
So, like I haven't played Far Cry 4, so I'm not sure. But
Oh,
that
yeah,
guy,
no,
that character
he's-
was so perfect. In
He's
that
an
game.
eighth of what the Far Cry 3 boss was.
I mean, that was really.
Pagan Min is like the weakest freaking mastermind boss out of any freaking AAA game I've ever played.
I think what's the problem with Far Cry 4 for me right now is there's backstory, but I don't know the backstory. I guess you have to play to find out the backstory. But like in Far Cry 3,
Like, what do you mean? There's backstory that you don't know? What is that?
I mean,
What is the backstory that you're not getting?
You have your mom's urn and you're bringing her back or whatever to. I mean, there's got to be like stuff in there, and it's just like it's.
Oh, if I rightly remember, you're not going to find out very much more.
Yeah, so that's just kind of annoying in me.
That's what everybody hated about it. They're like, okay, so I'm coming back to do this. So, like they said about
that's why like Far Cry 3 was a lot better because
Right.
you're just they're on vacation and then this crap happens or
and you escape and you can see him being like grossed out that he had to kill a guy and he's freaking out and all this other stuff. Whereas you come back as Ajay or whatever, AJ, Ajay, depending on who you talk to,
join in and
and he's just here and he gets on and like they're talking about how they need to try to get him to escape and or whatever, and then they get caught, and then he goes, sits
and then
down
you have
for
to choose
dinner.
between these two people you have no idea anything about or what sides to do. It's like that's just
so
kind of
it's like this dude that just like doesn't like any of this kind of crap, just goes right into war and battle, and he's completely okay with it. Like he doesn't have that.
He's not forced. I mean, like technically kind of forced into it, but I mean, after he escapes, he could just like go back home or whatever. I mean, it's not like, it's. I guess there was that disconnect there, and it didn't draw me in like the previous Far Cry.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, Far Cry 3 was far better than 4.
Yeah.
And then I like the setting and all of that of Primal. Like whenever I first started seeing the videos for it and everything coming up, and I was like, oh my god, it's like this looks so badass because I love the older settings, like like we already said before, like Skyrim and The Witcher, and I enjoy that stuff more than I enjoy future. Like, future shit is gay to me. I just can't stand futuristic crap. But like that kind of thing is awesome because that kind of stuff actually existed. You know what I mean? Like you can say they had bows. You could say that they used bones as freaking clubs back in the day. I mean, you can. The only problem,
like I
future really stuff, you just make up whatever the fuck you want, and it's like okay.
I haven't really watched a whole bunch of the gameplay of that, just a little bit. But the only thing that I had reservations about Far Cry Primal, like, I like the setting, I like the the Far Cry environment and stuff like that. But I'm still used to Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, that story-driven gameplay, and I was just like, how can you have that story-driven gameplay in ancient times like that?
Why not? You don't think people went on missions and had stories in their lives back then?
Yeah, I mean it's just
these people freaking had to try to survive the harshest times ever.
Like the Far Cry 3 guy is voice acting and stuff like that, and when they're speaking some mumbo jumbo, it's like I don't know. So it's harder to get into it. I didn't think it'd be as
you can't just come out speaking English. I mean,
no, that's what I'm saying. Just like
it's easy. You just got to know that that's what you're doing. You're in those times. They didn't speak normal English. I mean, I don't see that as being a problem that won't make me draw me in just because they speak a different language.
That's a reservation I had about the game. So, like I said, I haven't seen much gameplay.
The main reservation I have about the game is that it looks super just run around and collect shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you have this? Like,
I mean, I know how they could have a story. They just didn't do it.
Just gotta make it up and stuff. And it's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't see that working in a Far Cry environment.
All right. Anyway. All right. So Intel's Skull Canyon NUC. NUC. The NUC features a quad-core Skylake
skull on it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It does look
quad-core Skylake chip with Iris Pro 580 graphics and the ability to install up to 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM and 2 M.2 drives in RAID 0. So the NUC uses a Core i7 6770HQ. They say that with the Iris Pro 580, they were able to get low to mid 30 FPS on Just Cause 3 at 1080p, which obviously that's not like super crazy, but for what it is, it's good.
That's like the same as a console,
which is not good.
Dude, it's this big.
I know. That's what I'm saying, though. I'm just saying that that's not saying much. Like, it's equal to a console. I mean, it's that big, yes. Never mind. Forget it. 30 FPS at 1080p is not good. It's shit.
It's fine.
I'm making fun of the console, not this.
No, it's fine for playing on your TV, though.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. Your TV is 60 hertz, so I want 60 FPS. If you need more graphical power, the Skull Canyon NUC can utilize the Razer Core through its Thunderbolt 3.0 port. This will allow you to take this tiny machine anywhere you want for regular tasks and leave the external GPU at home for those gaming times. I don't know if you've looked up the Razer Core and seen what that is, but it's basically just a housing with a GPU in it.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about the Razer stuff, but I know they have it for like the laptops. I think it's the Razer laptops. Yeah, they connect through Thunderbolt and stuff like that, external GPU for more power. So I just figured it's along the same lines. Like I haven't researched it or anything.
It's the new Razer Blades, Blade laptops. But
Quattro or I'm trying to think Gillette Fusion.
Fusion, yeah. Fusion Pro Glide, yeah. So this NUC can use up to 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM in its pair of SODIMM slots. It cannot use a standard SSD, but it has two M.2 ports for the SSD, which supports NVMe and RAID 0, making the file access somewhere close to 2 to 3 gigabytes per second. If you do.
Yeah, it's 4x PCIe modes too for those, which is really good.
Yeah, it's insane for that little thing. SD card reader, headphone port, two USB 3.0 ports on the front. The back has optical and analog audio, gigabit Ethernet port, two USB 3.0 Type A ports, mini display port, an HDMI 3.0 port, which could leave it open for 8K video because HDMI 3.0 can do 8K video, and the Thunderbolt 3.0 port. Intel claims this
NUC say it had the IR reader.
No, I didn't say it because I don't care about that.
Well, it's for a remote, man. That's supposed to be for like HTPC, so you have it sitting on the desk and you can use a remote on it, yo. Like your Harmony 7 million, like AA Ron's got.
Word. Intel claims this NUC
still got that remote?
Yeah.
So that remote, you can use it to turn on everything and control it, which is sick.
That is pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy...
Yeah,
IR. You could buy IR sensors for a regular case.
Well, I mean, it's built in.
And do that. I know it's built in, but
it's just cool.
It's old technology, so it's like dirt cheap to do. So it's not that impressive.
Get out of here, punk.
I'm serious. It's not like it's like oh my god, this is like new features
no, it's just
I've
cool.
never seen before. It is like, cool. It's like, I'm not saying it's not cool, but I didn't put it in there because it's not that crazy.
That's a feature, man.
It's pretty obvious that it would have that because that's what it's for. I don't know. Whatever. So Intel claims that this NUC can run three 4K displays at 60 hertz if you use the ports that are supplied. Intel says the bare bones Skull Canyon NUC will you bring the RAM, OS, and SSD should be available soon as May for $650. And Intel said a build with 16 gigs of RAM and a 256 gigabyte SSD plus the OS should come in at just under $1,000.
It's not so bad.
Awesome, but I wouldn't pay that.
I mean, if you think how much like
it's worth every dime of that, but I would rather just spend less money and just have a slightly larger form factor personally.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be fine.
The form factor doesn't matter to me. I just build it in an N202 instead. Node 202. Node 202?
Is that a case?
Yeah, it's like the size of like it's like the I think it's an ITX, mini ITX.
Yeah. Didn't they come with a smaller than mini ITX? We did or something on that a while back.
Oh yeah, the STX, but that's like new. Like I don't even think you can buy them yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, the Node 202 is like the size of like your cable box. So you could sit it in like another shelf, just like your receiver or your cable box, or like a Xbox or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it would be cheaper.
How much cheaper?
Well, you can get the case for like $70, $60, something like that. Then put your parts in it.
And the motherboard, the processor. I mean, still look at it. I mean, it is
Yeah,
more
you're still
expensive.
looking at it. I mean,
but
I
it's
get
like,
it, but
I mean, okay, you figure
I wouldn't pay
a
$1,000
GPU
for that tiny ass thing.
capable or comparable to the Iris 580, CPU, processor, board, motherboard, case. I mean, you're looking at spending, $400 or $500. So for $600 for bare bones, that's not horrible.
Yeah, but you gotta have the
Oh, you gotta get
RAM.
the
The
PSU
RAM
too,
isn't
or
cheap.
power supply. So it's probably like $100 difference. Probably less than that. I don't know. I'm trying to think how much. I don't know what
I don't
the.
I'm looking at it as using old hardware. I guess that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the
Because you don't need crazy
GPU
hardware
be
to
capable
play a
for it.
movie.
I figure like $100 for GPU comparable to this, right?
Yeah, I just don't. I'm not. I don't know.
Processor.
I guess I'm just not
$150.
looking at this as being anything other than playing a movie, and it doesn't take horsepower to play a movie.
No, it doesn't.
I wouldn't use this to game on. That's what I'm saying. So I don't need that horsepower in it. So I could go way less.
I'd buy a Steam controller and turn it into a Steam box and then stream all my. I guess you could do that with like a.
But you wouldn't do that because you'd have input lag.
Yeah, you're right. But trying to think.
Sorry, I had to. That's how I look at it. Like
Oh, 'cause
I
you
have
use
no
the internal
desire.
graphics.
I have no desire to stream my games to my living room and play it out there in the living room. I don't have that desire. I'll walk 10 more feet and play it in here with my headset that sounds
comfortable
way
on the
better
couch.
than my speakers on my TV or my surround sound,
This is true.
and have my fucking mouse instead of a shitty controller,
But bro, you don't need a
and my awesome keyboard instead of my shitty controller.
you don't need a controller. All right, bro.
Then you gotta buy the
send me
extra
your,
thing. to
Send
where
me
you
your
can do mouse and
controller.
keyboard.
I will play some speedrunners.
Okay, I'll still whoop your ass. Controller versus keyboard. I'll use a keyboard. You use a controller. I bet you $20 I will still absolutely crush your ass in that game.
Nope. Never. Actually,
All
it's
it
probably-
has-
it's just my keyboard because it runs out of inputs because it's a piece of crap wireless
Probably.
Logitech. Because if you press more than 4 buttons at once, it doesn't know what to do. So I'm running and trying to jump.
I think
and
I'm
hit
gonna
the
buy another
turbo, and
keyboard.
it's like,
To be honest,
what's up?
I think I'm gonna buy another keyboard. To be honest.
Yeah, you said that last time, and then I told you I'd buy yours
Oh.
since I can't afford a K70 RGB that I want for $150. That's pricey.
Yeah, I think my next keyboard's gonna have blue switches in it though.
I don't mind the browns. I think that's probably what I'd go with. But it
Yeah, the
definitely
browns
has
are
to
awesome.
have-
I like the
Oh,
browns, but I
wings.
just want to try the blues.
yeah, for sure. But no, I mean,
It definitely has to have what? The O-rings?
yeah,
Yeah.
because the clicky. I don't like that. Wait, like a. Oh,
I like the
stuff.
I like the clicky.
On a membrane keyboard, which I'm used to, it's not as.
I don't mind the clicky
It's-
clicky. I hate the bottoming out clack. Like
That's
the
what I'm talking
hardcore clack
Yeah.
clack clack whenever you're bottoming it out like crazy.
Yeah, the
clicking
switch
doesn't bother me.
noise doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
It's the key hitting. That's what I
Yeah.
don't like. But
So anyway, this is a pretty badass little thing for the money. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty dope. I wouldn't buy
Yeah.
it, but it's pretty badass.
dude, if I had the money, I'd buy one.
If it was like $400, I'd buy it. But
$400 would be a steal.
I mean, it doesn't even have to have the specs, is what I'm
Wait, I
saying.
mean, you can get like
Because you don't need the specs. I could
Yeah.
have a third of
Just
the
get a
specs
regular
and still.
NUC.
That's what I'm saying. A third of
Yeah.
the specs and it can still do 4K. So why is this thing got all this shit in it?
It's got the gaming GPU.
Yeah, I want all this crazy crap in it and play a freaking not so hard to play game at 30 FPS, 1080p, big fucking deal.
Get out of here.
Dude, 30 FPS at 1080p is fucking easy as shit in 2016.
Just cause 3 and something this big.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
I'm not
big.
impressed because I wouldn't buy anything that small to play games at such a shitty FPS.
Honestly, I wouldn't even bother. I'd just do the in-home streaming, and you can use your internal GPU or the. Does all of them have the Iris? Because it said
Yeah. Yeah, they
all
all
the
come up.
Skylakes do. But I'm thinking like the older Broadwells. Well, they're just like the Intel HD 4000 or whatever it is, because that's all you need for doing like the in-home
Yeah.
PC stream. But yeah, you do have input lag with that, but it's you know 10 milliseconds rather than 100 milliseconds.
All right, here you go. Here's the Razer Core
Yeah,
hooked up to it.
which is cool. I want one of those. Start daisy chaining them together for the mad FPSs. So
Sound like it was raining again, but it's not supposed to do that until later.
yeah,
All right, so on to the next one. That's it for the hardware news. There wasn't really anything impressive. I was going to put the thing about the new, what is it, quantum dot display technology. It's supposed to make
think about that.
super cheap LCD panels look as good as IPS. It's going to have do 99% of Adobe's RGB spectrum, something.
It's pretty
So
good.
it's supposed to be super good for LCDs because they, I guess, a 27 inch, was it 27 inch or a 24 inch? I think it was a 27 inch with quantum dot from Philips was the first one that they shipped out. I think Linus tweeted out a picture that he had gotten one in to do a review on or something. Hasn't came out yet, I don't think. Maybe it has, but quantum dot display or whatever, and it's supposed to be pretty close, or if not equal to an IPS. But it was, I think, the 27 inch was $300.
Wow.
It's super cheap to do. It's some kind of technology that some company came up with, I guess.
And I'm assuming really good viewing angles, really good
Yeah,
VTech solenoids and stuff.
it offers far better colors and contrasts or something. So it's like supposedly pretty good. All right. So, the next one. Google warns of Android flaw used to gain root access to devices. So, an application that helps users root their devices is taking advantage of a security flaw that has been overlooked in Android since it was pointed out 2 years ago, according to my notes. Now, 2 years ago. Android runs off of Linux. This security flaw was found and fixed in the Linux kernel back in April 2014. It was flagged for yet another year as a vulnerability and was still not ported to Android back then. Fast forward to February 19th of this year, when a security team called Core Team notified Google about the vulnerability. Google started working on it to release it in a future monthly update, but a mobile security team, Zimperium, warned Google on March 15th that groups were already exploiting it and gaining full access to users' devices. Google has already shared patches for the flaw with device manufacturers and also published them to Android Open Source Project, AOSP, for the 3.4, 3.10, and 3.14 versions of the Android kernel. Versions 3.18 and above, so basically any newer device, is not vulnerable to this attack. So this is more towards older kernel devices, I guess. So the April monthly update should have the patch in it for anybody that's super worried. But I guess the big thing that they were saying was that
devices.
yeah. The big thing that they were saying is that I guess it's not so much that they're worried about them getting into people's phones and like taking information from them, but more of just uploading it with loads of malware. I guess I don't know, injecting malware into the phone. But I guess
they're not worried about
taking your
They're not worried about
information
end
then.
users trying to root their phones through this method or anything like that. They're not trying to lock it down like Apple does.
Right.
They're mainly worried about malware, where you get a piece of software and then they use this bug and then they embed some tracking software or a keylog or I don't know anything that's bad into your phone and then use this for malicious purposes. So that's the main reason that they're trying to fix this. So
Word.
but which is good.
Indeed. Pretty messed up though that it was open that damn long.
Yeah, it's quite a while, 2 years, and then that means a lot of phones are going to have this vulnerability.
All right, so AMOLED displays are now cheaper to make than LCDs. in mobile devices. So don't go out there thinking that 50-inch screen or something is.
Well, the
Big difference.
cost of production's getting down there, so
Yeah, it is, but still,
might
it's
see it
not.
soon.
It's not like you can go out
Screw
and get
that,
a 50-inch
that
display
pixel
for
whatever crap that you were
$10.
talking about. I want myself a OLED 24-inch gaming monitor at 1,000,005 hertz. Actually, I don't even know how fast OLEDs can go, but
Me either.
the contrast quality and stuff, and for like a TV, whew, I can't wait, man.
Yeah.
Be amazing.
All right. So according to new data from IHS Technology, production costs in the first quarter for a 5-inch Full HD smartphone display are $14.30 for an AMOLED panel and $14.60 for an LCD display. In the fourth quarter of 2015, these figures were $17.10 and $15.70 respectively. So AMOLED is much cheaper, and they mention here the figures are based on production costs of LTPS LCD, the most efficient type of thin film transistor LCD. While there is no data available on the production cost of QHD displays, Full HD is still the standard display definition for the vast majority of smartphone screens, barring the current crop of flagship devices. So this is not going by QHD and 4K displays on phones, of course, but for the standard of 1080p,
For your run of the mill, or mid-level phone. So you start seeing some more AMOLED screens popping up on lower level phones. So
that's the one thing I want, man. Honestly, I mean, okay. Go ahead and put.
I can't believe how cheap those things are, though.
I'm gonna get it ready because I know you're
Like
gonna say
I
something.
really thought these LCDs were a lot more expensive than $14.
Yeah, kind of shitty when you go try to buy them online or whatever, and they sell them for like $80 or $120, and you find out they're only $15.
Well, I'm sure this is bulk quantity as well.
Oh well, yeah, of course.
But yeah, I mean,
But those assholes that you're buying from online bought them in bulk quantity too.
yeah,
Not quite on the same scale, of course, but
I'm sure. Yeah, for
they're making a lot of money selling.
Order
them for
100 of
$100.
them probably cost them $20-$30 each.
Yeah.
So and then they're turning around and doubling
Selling
the price.
For, oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, for $60 for you. But that's just the LCD panel. It's not the glass and everything that goes with it. That's just the LCD panel. So of course.
Now the one thing I did learn
on it.
that I didn't add to here was that apparently I don't know if it's going to be the iPhone 7 or if they're going to wait until the iPhone 7s, but apparently they're going to be using Samsung's OLED screen. AMOLED screens. I'm just saying that's awesome because I love AMOLED screens. Like, if I could have the Note 5 screen on every phone from now until eternity, I would be happy as shit with it.
Oh, you can get this phone.
I absolutely loved that screen.
Supposedly this is, I remember reading it's supposed to be very similar.
Yeah, it is.
Oops.
So, yeah. I will most likely, if I decide that I'm going to stay iPhone and not go back to Android, I will most likely wait until the next S.
I used Apple today.
You used an Apple today?
Yeah, I was messing around with Apple today.
Where?
I'm taking a class for N+. But we were messing around with our Mac. I don't even know what it was, but it was pretty cool. I have to admit. There's a lot of neat features on there.
What? You're taking a class for Net Plus?
Yeah, Network Plus, N+.
Where?
Local school. SPE, or St. Pete College. But yeah, we were messing with Apple today. I don't even know what it was.
Was it a laptop or a computer?
No, a computer. Oh, it's just a monitor with
just a Mac Pro,
the computer on it, and Mac Pro, whatever. But they're pretty sweet. While the OS has a lot of cool features on it.
Yeah. Word.
But I would stay with an iPhone. iPhones suck.
They do. If you're an Android fanboy, can't just be happy with or admit when good technology is good technology.
Yo, I love my desktop on my phone. That's all I'm saying.
I have a desktop on my phone too.
No, you don't. You have an app drawer. It's just apps. Can't do cool stuff on there.
I guess.
Yeah.
I put all my crap into folders though, so it looks exactly how I had it set up on my Android phone. So I never really use the app drawer that often on my Android phone, to be honest. After a while, I just started using folders on the home screen.
Yeah, I do for most of the major stuff, but like the widgets and stuff, I just like.
Word.
That's the one reason why I won't get a. I don't know if I could stand a iPhone. But other than that, I mean, the hardware is great. The battery life's great on them, like we said before. So yeah, I mean, they're good devices. They're well built, but
I have never owned an Android device where I used it heavily throughout the day, and I'm driving home at 5:30 in the evening, and I still have 74% battery left. Yours might be that way, but all the phones that I had previous to that, never.
I mean, my battery life's decent, but it's not super good. I mean, it'll last me a full day for sure. Like,
you're not charging it at work and all that other crap like you were before.
Yeah. Well, that phone was just garbage.
Well,
But no, like when I was driving home or driving back over to Malabar the other week or Tuesday after class or whatever, I loaded up HD or what's it called? A YouTube video. And just watched the whole YouTube video all the way back, and I still had a ton of battery left. I was pretty surprised.
A YouTube video were you watching? That's almost 3 hours long.
It wasn't like I wasn't watching the video. It was
a stream of music.
Yeah, music stream. So
Chill Step Volume 1, yo.
That was Swedish House Mafia at Ultra 2013.
Oh, so it was like the actual live stream of them performing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but no, it was like 2 hours or something like that. But yeah, I got all the way there. And I was surprised. I can't remember how much life I had left, but I didn't charge it overnight, and then I used it half the day before it told me I needed to charge it up. So and that was after having. Well, I mean, I didn't use it a lot that day, but.
Yeah, I know normally, like, if it's like on a Friday...
So I don't know if it's like the latest security update, they improved the battery life, but I was really surprised by that.
Possible.
How well it did.
But yeah, like on a typical Friday that I work anyway, or even if I'm here, because I'm usually using my phone quite a bit whenever I'm home on my off Fridays or whatever, and I'm working on videos or something, but like I can use the phone all day. I take it off the charger at like, say, 6:30. I use it all day long for my usual stuff, you know, texting, phone calls, whatever, looking up stuff, finding links for the show, whatever it is that I'm doing. And then I can come home at like, say, 6 o'clock. I'm usually home by. Use it all evening long, doing whatever it is that I'm doing. Then we end up playing games, getting on about 11 o'clock. I'm using it during that. And then we usually stop playing games around 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I go out, I pass out on the couch, I wake up the next morning, and I don't have to charge my phone until like 4 or 5 o'clock the next afternoon. Like I wake up in the morning and it still has like 43 or 44% left.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Like I know the LG V10, forget it. That thing, I swear to God, that thing would drain like 40% battery without even like opening it. Like just leaving the screen off all day, just sitting on my desk, it would use like 30% battery. I may have just had a defective device because everything that I read about them, everybody says that they love the V10, but I hated that damn phone. Worst Android phone I think I've ever owned.
It's pretty
Hands
strong.
down.
So
I'd rather go back to a frickin' MyTouch 4G instead of using that phone. Dead serious. I hated that phone. The G4 was nice. The LG G4 was nice. I should have kept that phone.
But I had to step up. When's your next step up?
My next step up isn't until like September.
Oof, that's a long time.
I'm happy with this phone though. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to upgrade it.
There's
not going to be any new phones until then anyway.
Yeah, the new what's it called is coming out, yo.
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make stuff up.
Oh. Yeah, the iPhone 7 I wouldn't do. I would wait until the S, because the S's are the better one. I wouldn't go with a Galaxy because Samsung sucks dick.
Samsung phones are awesome. What are you talking about?
Worst freaking Android phones made.
What?
Well, software-wise,
Yeah,
they're the worst phones ever. And the Nexus devices, are they going to announce another Nexus device in October again? Or
Probably.
that's October, so that's after my next jump.
We'll be able to buy
it
it
won't be on
anyways.
T-Mobile anyway, so
Yeah. It'll be to
Google will
the
be gay again.
store only, or online
I want to
store.
know, though. I want to know if they actually made more money doing it that way or less.
I don't know.
I would think that they would have made less, because there was a lot of people commenting on Reddit and on T-Mobile's website that they would have, like, so many people were wanting to get one through carriers that couldn't.
Thing is they could charge more that way. Like, you're not selling them at a discount to the
But
carriers.
obviously people didn't care. People were willing to pay the extra price to get it through the carrier, because a lot of people don't have money to throw down.
Yes, yeah,
but
T-Mobile
monthly it's
did
okay.
charge more.
T-Mobile did charge more. I paid $50.
Yeah.
I think I paid $50 more on T-Mobile for my Nexus 5 than I would have if I would have just bought it through Google. But
Yeah.
paying an extra
probably would've done
$50
better.
over the course of 2 years monthly is a lot easier than just dropping $400 cash right out of my pocket right at the spot. I can't do that.
Just put it on a credit card. It's the
I don't
same
have a
thing.
credit card.
Yeah, I know. But if you did, it'd be the same thing.
I know it would be the same thing, but
Not exactly, because I don't know what the minimum payment would be, but it'd probably be more than $20 or $15 or whatever a month.
something like that. Oh well, it doesn't really matter, but maybe by then, I'll get my profit sharing money or something and save it for the next Nexus phone or something, and then do that and go on Project Fi and say fuck you to T-Mobile.
But still use T-Mobile's network.
Well, yeah, I'd still be using T-Mobile's network, but I wouldn't be giving them money theoretically.
Indirectly.
Indirectly.
You'd have to use Wi-Fi more. Well, you wouldn't have to.
I wouldn't have to. I'd just pay
Just
a little
be
bit more on
cheaper.
my bill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I forgot what we get. Is it 10 gigabytes a month gigabytes a month that we get right now? Or is it 8? No, it's 10.
I don't even know, but I was just
I think we
thinking
get 10 gigabytes a month, right? And we have that stash, the rollover data or whatever. So I just got the text message today that says I have 27.1 gigabytes of data in my stash, and not including my 10 gigabytes that I have for this month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm never going to hit.
The thing is
my
like
cap
with T-Mobile,
ever.
even YouTube videos now are.
Yeah, which kind
a
of makes me
binge
mad,
on.
though. I turned off the binge on.
Can you even turn it off?
Yeah.
Like how? Is it an option?
You have to punch
Phone?
in I'll find it.
Opt out?
You can Google it. Yeah, it's like
I haven't really noticed like quality.
It's like the old
difference.
school way that you always had to do like pound sign and a couple of digits or whatever, and then you'd have to, and then whenever it called it, it would make like a noise, and then you punch in another like 3 or 4 digit code to opt out, and then you could do it again and punch another code to opt back in. So I opt out, and I opted out of Kristen's, and she's like, "Why?" She's like, "What's the big deal?" I was like, "Because they're fucking throttling this shit, and the quality is worse."
Yeah, the quality is worse, but
I want
don't
good quality
notice
if I'm going to watch it.
Yeah,
I got basically unlimited data.
Yeah, no, you don't have a problem with the data. But like I'm trying to, like, most of the time I'm usually on Wi-Fi anyways, so I usually get 1080p 60 FPS on videos. I love 60 FPS YouTube videos. It's like, oh, it's so smooth.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm trying to think of like what's it called. But no, like what I was thinking, like all that whole time I streamed that performance or whatever on the phone, I was like, yeah, this isn't eat up data.
Hell yeah, and get your money's worth. Fuck it.
Yeah, indeed. So
That's what I started doing, man. I used to use the guest Wi-Fi at work. I'm like, nope, not anymore. It's like I'm just gonna eat the hell out of that data.
yeah, I mean, you have plenty of data, so definitely go. I think mine's only like 3 gigs or something like that.
Dude, you'd be surprised at how far 3 gigs really go.
Oh yeah, I only
Like,
use
I think I
a gig or
averaged
two each
maybe
time.
4. I think 4 gigs was like my highest one, and that was whenever I got my phone, because I was
yeah, and
downloading
it's
shit.
most of the time I'm just watching YouTube videos and browsing pictures and stuff like that from Reddit. I mean, that's the majority of what I look at. So Like I said, half the time I'm on Wi-Fi anyways.
Yeah. I rarely do very much on my phone, to be honest, anymore.
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot
I
of
mean, I do like my, just some reading stuff, and most of my Facebooking and Twitter's from there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever go to Facebook and Twitter on my main computer unless I'm doing the show. I'm gonna post a link. That's it. All right, so let's go ahead and do this last one really fast or whatever. I mean, pretty big deal.
The surprise.
It's a big deal anyway. I was talking with my boss at work because he used to be a program manager or a manager or whatever at Intel back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
He was sitting in my office today, and he was looking at some package. I had to go up to the King Center today to get a package because I guess we're gonna do their AC work there or something. I don't know, a whole new AC system. And then so I had to go pick up a package, and I came back, and he was looking at it in my office, and I was like, "Do you happen to know Andy Grove?" And he just like looked up at me, and he's like, "Why?" And then I was like, "Well, I mean, you worked at Intel," and he goes, "Yeah, he's one of the co-founders of Intel," and I'm like, "Yeah." And then he goes, "Well, I didn't really know him." He goes, "Obviously, I didn't go hang out with him and play golf with him or whatever." And he goes, "But yeah," he goes, "he was always coming up and doing like the kind of like the no briefings that they did at Harris or whatever."
Yeah.
But like, he'd come up and there'd be 500-600 people in this auditorium, and he would give the speech of how we're doing. The next quarter is going to be this. And he goes, "So we did that kind of thing." And he's like, "I had a couple like big what do they call those things? I guess it would just be like a dinner, but what do they call it? Banquet, like a big banquet or something that he was invited to, and he would see him and shook hands with him." And so I was like, "Holy shit, I'm shaking my hands with this dude." And then he goes, "But I never knew him, but I knew him, if that makes any sense."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, that makes perfect sense." And then he goes, "But why, I'm curious why you asking or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, he died the other day." And he's like, "What?" And he like just freaked the hell out, and he's like, "Man, he was so awesome, blah 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 blah." He was going on and on and on about it. We ended up talking about it in my office for like an hour and a half, not working, just sitting back chilling, talking about it and everything. And he was saying about how, that he used to give like so much freaking money away and everything to like all these charities and like these local colleges and stuff that were into technology and all this other shit, man. So, but yeah, basically, one of the Intel co-founders, Andy Grove, died, 79. So pretty damn shitty, but I guess he was I guess he had Parkinson's, and he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. So, but he immigrated from to the U.S. from Hungary in 1956. So came over here, did his thing, was smart as hell, founded frickin' Intel.
Co-founded. And made it into the powerhouse that it is today.
Yep. He was a president in 1979, CEO in 1987. He pushed the microprocessor to what it is today, and while other companies failed and folded at the same time. Basically, that's whenever I didn't know this, but I guess Intel was basically just into DRAM first only, and they got rid of killed off Intel's DRAM business in favor of the microprocessor, which is why everybody knows them now. So he stepped down in 1997, but was still serving as a special advisor. And yeah, I guess he wrote a book as well. And I like how the one guy says, Andy approached corporate strategy and leadership in ways that will continue to influence prominent thinkers and companies around the world. But I know they said that he did not suffer fools lightly, and he was not afraid to challenge reporters who he thought were asking the wrong question. So was
definitely took charge.
Yeah, he's I'm not gonna take your shit kind of guy. So that's kind of awesome, but pretty crappy. But that's the way the world works.
Indeed.
Born, you live your life, you hope to actually make an impact, and then you're gone. So.
Now that
I was gonna have some awesome music playing in the background, but I couldn't find any that sounded good.
I thought
that
you were
was
gonna
royalty
pull
free.
up the Lord of the Rings music, the Fall of Gandalf.
That'd be epic. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the show. I mean, we got the articles were done. We didn't do it last night just because scheduling conflicts, basically, and I didn't have very much written. So it's the one news or whatever that I had mentioned or whatever about the GPU naming convention is that I don't know if you saw that, but I guess they're talking about that now that the new NVIDIA GPUs are just going to be the X80. So it's going to be the X80, X80G or TI, and the X80 Titan.
Old Radeon types.
Yeah.
Because they had the I can't even remember what they were, but they had a naming convention like that back in like 2006.
I guess they don't. Which I'm glad. I think if they went with the 1080 route, it would be dumb.
Yeah, I didn't think
it'd be like a 1080 named card, but it'd be for like 2160 or above. Like, dumb.
It'd be just 1080 at 144 FPSs.
Well, yeah, but nobody cares about that, really.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It seems like everybody else prefers to game at 4K at 25 FPS than 1080 or 2K at over 100. But
no,
I guess that's the beauty of it. It's a little bit of everything for everybody.
45 and above is doable, but
not for me. Can't do it.
It gets choppy, but it's doable.
I guess it depends on the game.
Glorious
FPS games, I can't do anything below 60. Like GTA 5 and games like that, it doesn't bother me because it's not. I don't know why. I guess because it's not first person, so I don't really feel like it's affecting my.
It's not super.
It's not my reactions.
Yeah, it's not like super.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be Counter-Strike where it's super twitchy. I don't. That has nothing to do with
Battlefield.
Either,
I think when we played Battlefield 3, I mean.
Yeah, 45 and well, you know, I was always
50 to 60.
I was always 60 or more. Well, after I had the 680, anyway, it was 60 or more. Mm-hmm. The 460 didn't do 60.
No, but that was before then. I mean, I think you had the 780. Did you have 780?
Yeah, I had the 680, 780, 970s, and now 90.
Yeah, I think it was about the 680 time when we were playing, or 780 time when we were playing that. So you probably
when Kenny got mad and rage quit. Sat in that house the entire time.
Dude, could you imagine though? Talk about input lag.
Yeah.
DLP, dude, that had to been like. Had it been like 50 milliseconds.
But I mean, it's just it just goes to show you never knock it until you try it. Like he's like, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it's not that bad. And then he finally gets a monitor. He's like, holy shit.
No. It was. I don't want to go from a 50-inch to 24-inch. Even though it's like 5 feet closer to him, but that's was his biggest thing because he's like,
but he also said that the input lag wasn't bad. Is what he always said that there was no input lag. I mean, I don't see why it would be. A TV's the same as a monitor,
especially a DLP.
But the size thing was a big deal, which is the reason why I was like, I'm gonna come up to your freaking house. I'm gonna bring my 24-inch 144 hertz. I'm gonna pop that thing right in your face, and you're gonna see that it's not as drastic as you think it is. And what did he do?
Bought a 144 hertz.
Bought a 144 24-inch that night, wasn't it? Or was it the next night? I think it was that night.
It was pretty close, yeah. I mean, it was like
it was within a day.
Yeah,
within a 24-hour window.
I just remember because like the TV was so dark, like it's like I couldn't see anything. I'm like, I could see everything.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I don't have a problem, dude. And I was like, is your brightness up? And I'm like halfway on brightness. Me too.
Yeah.
Your TV's dark as hell then, man. And then whenever he was playing, like I think it was H1Z1 was the big one, and then he started playing that for the first time on his new monitor. He's like, "Oh my god, I can see everything!" Like, yeah. It's like real life with the bright moon is basically what it looks like.
But yeah, so.
All right. So anyway, hit us up on Twitter.
LEDs.
What?
OLEDs because they're getting cheaper now. Yep.
Oh yeah, I'd like to have a OLED monitor.
What about a monitor?
Think of the blacks, man.
Yeah,
You're making a big deal about contrast on my monitor versus yours, and
It'll be like
Think of the
it'll be like
blacks.
it'll be like super awesome picture and then like garbage picture, but mega FPS. I don't know if I want that.
Why would
right
it be
next to
garbage picture? Mega FPS. If it's over 144 or 144 hertz, it's going to be super smooth, so it's not going to be an ugly picture. I can see detail when I'm moving now on my shitty monitor.
But the color production, the blacks are just nothing compared to OLED.
So why would it be shitty then?
It is shitty compared to OLED.
That's what I'm saying. You said you were making it sound like you were saying the OLED is going to be a nice picture, then shitty, and then nice picture.
Yeah, nice
Why
picture on
would
the
it be-
OLED. Then right next to it is the shitty
Oh no,
144
you get all three OLEDs.
That's only if they make them fast enough. Like I don't know how fast they could drive the OLEDs and how fast they'll burn out and stuff. Then, I mean that'll be definitely be a question in time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But because it is an organic material that breaks down, that's why you get the what's it called, the burn-ins or whatever they're talking about on these screens.
They wear out after.
And can you imagine doing that at 144 hertz? It's gonna be like super burning out. But
Is it though?
I don't know.
Is that what causes it to burn? Is that it's lighting so fast, or is it because it's staying on?
I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
I think it's
But
because it's staying
I think
on.
I'm just gonna get
Because 99% of the
IPS.
stories that I hear about people bitching about burn-in are the freaking ones that they're talking about that sit in Best Buy and the screen's on 24/7.
well, that's different. That's real burn-in.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's like, "Oh, I was at Best Buy today.
Oh, but
the
people talk
burn-in was
about the-
horrible."
the
And it's like the
burn-in
freaking phone
on
is
the
on for
OLEDs.
7,000 hours. Of course, it's gonna burn in.
Yeah, but it's like they're talking about the burn-in on OLEDs. It's just because the bright white OLEDs, like the pixels are burning out.
No, I don't think.
So they get slightly dimmer if you do a full white screen. You'll be able to see a little bit of contrast just because they've been on a lot longer.
Oh, well, that's shitty then.
Yeah.
So it's good quality, but it doesn't last as long. Those movies and shit still look good on my freaking Sony TV, and that bitch is like 8 years old.
It's relative. I mean, I like
Fuck,
fine.
are you saying my TV is my cousin?
Yes.
Sweet. What up, cuz?
But no,
give me the 10.
it's like a plasma, yo. They look a lot better. The blacks are a lot richer and stuff like that, but they burn out.
Which is why I didn't buy one. Which is why I wouldn't buy an OLED TV.
I would.
If it's gonna last me at least, if they can guarantee that it's gonna last me like 8 years, then yeah, I'll buy one.
My brother-in-law.
But if it's gonna burn out in like 2 or 3 years, then I don't want it.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's plasma's lasted that long. Still going.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about OLED. I'm talking about plasma. Plasma's
They'll
dead.
last. They'll last forever.
Plasma's dead. Plasma's not coming back.
No, yeah. But my Samsung, this thing's 2 years old. Old, whatever it is.
Why are you charging it?
S3. Because the battery dies like super fast. And this
Why are you using it?
has the login of my alt for CS:GO.
All right, everybody.
Oh, I gotta get out the Steam Guard, and you gotta trade the knife back and forth because, like I said, knife gives you three.
Why don't you just put 2
rank
emails
levels.
on your main phone?
You can't do email. You have to do the app.
Oh, the app. Just sign into a different thing on your app. You can log in
You
on
gotta
your
log
app.
out and log back in, and then to log in, you need the code for the thing, and it's like
How often do you trade between your main and your alt?
all the time. I trade the
Never.
knife back and forth. No, I
I
don't.
guarantee you've done it once, maybe.
I did it a couple times, and I thought, I'll trade it, do more, but no. So I'm gonna remove it. I just haven't done it yet. But that's why it's sitting here uncharged. But no joke. This thing has nothing on it besides the Steam app, right? It'll sit here and it'll die in like a day and a half. All it does is sit there. It has no SIM card, no. I guess it has Wi-Fi, but
A day and a half is actually pretty decent. I figured it would die much quicker.
dude, it doesn't. It's like no joke. If I like
It's still on, though. I mean, it's a shitty old phone with a crappy battery because it's been overcharged too many times.
I know, but it just sits there. It doesn't do anything.
It's a freaking battery, and the
The
phone's like
screen's
what?
not even on,
The
man.
phone's like what? 5 years old? 6 years old?
It's like 3, 4.
Is
4.
it really? That's it? Oh.
Well, it's a Galaxy S3. What are they on?
My
7?
Nexus 5 came out in 2013, and you had that phone way before that.
I was only like a year before.
I guess I did go from my Galaxy S3 to the Nexus 5.
And it was like a year or two.
And I don't know, and then I made the mistake of taking another chance on Samsung and went with the Note 5, and it was a piece of shit.
Hey, man, Samsung phones are good. Just the software sucks. Actually, I don't know about a Note. They just seem really big. But then I got this thing, so.
All right, hit us up on Twitter, Google Plus if you want to, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all Techtopia TV. Leave a comment below on anything you want us to talk about maybe next week, or what we could do different, or if you just want to call me names, whatever. That works too. I am halfway done with working on my Rival 300 review.
Which, speaking of which, I need to get a new mouse and we can do a review on that. It's my hand-me-down Death Adder that I got from you is starting to double-click. It's very
That's all right. You just got burst fire on all your guns now.
Yeah, except for in the Division. Like, no joke. Like, the game literally bugs out. Like, when I'm in the inventory, it'll double-click, it'll grab it in my hand, and then a trash icon comes up on the right-hand side. I tried delete stuff. It doesn't do it. It just like the game completely locks up. I can't escape or nothing. I gotta Alt F4 the game to close it and restart it. But it's pretty interesting. Maybe I'll stream that one day.
When's the next time you're going to be over in my neck of the woods?
I don't know. Why?
Because I might have a mouse I can give you.
Oh, the thing works fine.
You just said that it fucks up your gaming.
It does it like once a night. It's not that big of a deal.
Then it ain't doing it that often.
It does it often, but that bug in the Division.
No, I'm just saying I got that extra spare that Logitech G or MX500 if you want to Google that.
The gaming
wired
mouse?
gaming mouse, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Old school
I got
gaming
this
mouse.
thing. That wireless.
It's wireless though. It's
Yeah,
shit.
It is shit.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I want to get a Death Adder Chroma, with the cool colors and stuff. Like since I can't afford the keyboard, I want it to pulse cool colors. But then the keyboard, doesn't pulse. That's cool stuff about the K70 RGB. I mean, you can set it up to like when you hit the keys and stuff, like it pulses and stuff. That's what I want. But like I said, they're like $150. I'm just gonna buy his old keyboard for, I don't know, $50 or whatever he said it was. So it's okay.
What?
No, nothing.
Talking about how you're dumb?
No,
But
the opposite.
That one.
That's sweet. Yeah, I'm not
Hey,
sure
it works.
over there.
It works.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was just saying how
MX500 optical mouse.
I'm gonna get a Razer Chroma, Death Adder Chroma. Since I can't get the RGB K70,
Oh.
I'll just get that so it does cool colors. When I get headshots, it'll turn red or something. I don't know.
Wait, isn't the Chroma the mouse?
Yeah.
Well, they make an RGB keyboard as well, right?
Yeah, well, the Razer stuff sucks. From
Black
what I hear.
Widow or whatever it is.
Yeah, the Razer keyboards suck because the switches aren't whatever. They're like the normal switches. They have their own proprietary switches that suck, apparently. That's what I hear.
What are they? Khalil? Is that how you say that? Khalil?
Yeah.
Or Roamers?
I have no idea.
No, Roamer G's I think are the Logitech ones.
Yeah, but people say they suck, so
And the Razer RGB one?
I don't know. But all Razer keyboards, they said that the keys suck compared to the MX whatevers. What are they?
Cherry MX.
Yeah, cherries. That's what I was thinking of. I don't know. That's just what I read on the internets. Could be complete bullshit, but I eat into that bullshit. Especially when actually I just like the K70 RGB. That's the keyboard I want. So Corsair, if you want to sponsor us, you can send that out my way. That'd be great. We'll do an awesome
Oh
review
wow,
for
yeah,
it.
they do have their own switches.
Yeah.
Oh, you heard that the patent on Cherry MXs ran out, right?
Yeah, so everyone's going to copy it now.
Everybody's copying it. Somebody copied it or whatever, and somebody did a review on them comparing the differences or whatever, and it's absolute shit. So I guess what it was that there was the patent was released, but there was things that Cherry changed.
They've redesigned and stuff.
They've redesigned and changed a little bit of things in different specs and different clearances and stuff like that.
Technically, yeah, they could just buy it and reverse engineer it. I mean, if they cared about it that much.
Yeah. But
So.
now. But I'm just saying, like that would have been obviously
They could make an exact replica.
that would have been stealing their shit.
Well, I mean, if the patent runs out, you can make.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Back then they couldn't do that. Now they could do that.
Yeah, true.
So, all right. Anyway, hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Let us know what we can do differently, what we want to add. Google Plus.
You need to change that out, that logo for that.
Yeah, I do need to change it out and put the Instagram one.
You can get the Snapchat in there too.
Snapchat. I do Tinder though. Tinder, if you want to hit me up on, you want to hit me up on Tinder.
Well, what's the other stuff
We can talk.
the kids are doing these days?
I use Periscope.
That's like the video app, right? Like you go live.
Yeah, live on Twitter basically.
Just
Some of the people I follow use it
live
every now
stuff.
and then. They go live and just do random freaking like vlogging shit or something. Like they're going to go pick up something and they just talk shit and do dumb stuff and it's pretty funny.
No, I really like the live stuff. Like there was a car event in Texas, and I was watching some of the live stuff. It was pretty cool. I like that. The internet's awesome.
Internet is awesome.
So keep it free. Do not support net or
Net neutrality.
yeah, support net neutrality though. But yeah,
Stick it to the man.
except for
All right.
T-Mobile's thing, because throttling is cool because it's free.
Peace out, everybody. We will see you next week, Wednesday, hopefully, 9 p.m. ish Eastern Standard Time, when we will see you
Actually, it's
again.
Eastern Daylight Time now.
What?
It's Eastern Daylight Time. Daylight Savings, EDT.
So Eastern Standard Time is actually in fall.
1 hour EDT, yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
So EST and EDT actually change with the time change? I thought EST and
Well, EST, like
Eastern
if you look at a
Standard Time
clock,
was Eastern Standard Time, regardless of where we
it
are.
actually,
And-
like if you look at it, it changes. It goes from EST to EDT, like the abbreviation, because it's Eastern Daylight Time. Because according to the prime, I don't know, the 0 clock, whatever it is.
Prime Meridian.
Well, yeah, but the clock at the prime meridian, I
Yes.
can't remember what it's called. So
Big
the
Ben?
hours,
Just kidding.
no, the hours changed to like 5 hours, and now we're 4 hours behind or ahead or whatever it is. So,
Behind.
but no, that's just the, and it can put you that like in there. So when you see it, you're supposed to know that the U.S. is dumb and have daylight savings time. So
Is the cutoff like right after Hawaii?
no,
Like Japan is ahead of us, like a day ahead of us,
yeah,
and then it goes back.
my
West
I
Coast
think
is
so.
3 hours behind, and then Hawaii isn't ahead of us like Japan is. They're behind us. So is it right after Hawaii it cuts off?
yeah.
Okay,
It's
that's
in
what
the
I thought.
Pacific Ocean. But yeah, no, I think it was my grandfather. I think that was the story. He had 2 birthdays.
Because he flew across the time zone?
But yeah,
What?
he was on a ship.
Oh, yeah, he crossed the line.
Yep.
So he had 2 birthdays, yeah. That's like a thing that almost every sailor has. Like a Navy, well, in the Navy, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Peace again. Yeah.
Peace out. We will see you next week. Later.